Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the Garnet Sports Network, the final game of the 22nd annual Garnet Alumni Classic and the de facto championship game about to be played here between your host team, the Swarthmore College Garnet, and the Alvernia University Golden Wolves. Jacob Brady on the call here on GSN from Clothier Field Stadium. It's a beautiful day for soccer, sitting right around 80 degrees, somewhat overcast, not too humid. And we're excited for this final game of the opening weekend of the year for the men's soccer team. Garnet won their opener yesterday at 1 o'clock, beat Arcadia 3-2. Joe Barilli had a brace, found himself in the right place at the right time twice to put balls in the back of the net. Trevor Homestead also scoring from the spot. Both of those Arcadia goals came in the last minute of each half, so the Garnet solid defensively for 44 minutes and then let in one each at the end of the half. But they still dominated overall. If you looked at shot numbers, corner kicks, possession, it was all in favor of the Garnet. One change to the starting lineup for today. Zach Viscusi is in, the senior forward. Local kid from Aston, Pennsylvania. He was the leading scorer for the Garnet last season. 6 goals and an assist. We're a little surprised to see that he was left out of the starting lineup yesterday. He did come on as a substitute in both halves. He was replaced yesterday, at least, by Io George in the starting lineup, and George being dropped for today, not because of anything that he did. George played quite well yesterday, but just guess they want to see Viscusi back out on the field as the leading goal scorer from last season. Bless Tumushabe, freshman, playing at center forward and continuing that today, getting back-to-back starts, had an assist on the opening goal to Barilli, and he is continuing to remain in the starting lineup, as is Sean Nolan at left back, another freshman. So 2 freshmen in the starting lineups and showing their trust so far, and they've done well to reward that trust. Homestead looking for Barilli early on down the left wing. A little bit too strong on it as Cameron Geiringer is the first to it. Tumushabe now trying to hold it up, looking for his path. He'll lead Ben Lau forward. Lau trying to loop in across. Barilli getting underneath, heads it back towards goal, but Luca Grippi is there to grab it out of the air. Ben Lau, we've seen him now back-to-back games playing at right back. He started last season as a substitute holding midfielder, so we could see that he could work it into attack when necessary. Then after Jason Muth got injured, Lau replaced him at center back and remained there for the rest of the season. But we've seen him playing in that fullback position yesterday, was quite willing to move up aggressively in the attack, and he assisted Barilli's second goal. So moving Lau out there has potentially opened up some new offensive tools for the Garnet. Foul committed by Tumushabe. Reward Alvernia with a free kick. Alvernia won their game yesterday against Rosemont 5-0. They were assisted by a couple defensive miscues from the Ravens, including an own goal in the second minute of the game. There was also a bad pass later on in the second half back to the goalie, which was intercepted and led to another easy goal for Alvernia. Ball taken off the foot of Homestead. Led in for Ryan Custer. Back it out. Noah Wright tries to cross it in, and Muth pops it all the way up into the air. Sean Nolan fighting for Wright with position there. Nolan able to win the header and out of bounds to get the throw-in for the Garnet. Nevin sends it long, but too short to get to Tumushabe. Ball just saved by Taylor Kaufman around the near touchline, but Zach Viscusi is the first to it. Tumushabe trying to make a run in, but Ethan Laverdure defends it well. and out of bounds for a Garnet throw-in. Ben Lau will take it along the near touchline. Down to the corner with Tumushabe. Lau now has it stripped off his foot by Pierre Domenico. And here comes Pierre Domenico racing up the sideline. Harry Nevins coming all the way over from that center back position on the left side to make a good defensive stop. Homestead gets it back to Nevins. Here's Nolan. They'll send it back to goalie Oliver Steinglass, another senior out there on the pitch. The seniors are Trevor Homestead at the defensive midfielder, Zach Viscusi on the right wing, and then Ollie Steinglass in goal. Lau with a quick throw into Ward. He'll pass back to Steinglass again. Muth trying to get it out of his own end. Little low. Trent Ryder able to intercept, but Shin now with the ball. Charlie Ward has it taken away. But all the way out the back for Taylor Kaufman. Set up a goal kick for the Garnet. Yesterday in that Rosemont game, Alvernia's defense was at times proved successful. There's a bad pass from Wiseglass. It's intercepted by Custer, but he's got it taken to the corner, crosses it. He'll be able to connect cleanly, and now here's Barilli trying to get away down the right side. Gets it to Tumushabe. Now Shin controls. Shin looking for Barilli. Flag stays down. Now here's Barilli dancing around in the corner, trying to pick out a pass. Tumushabe's got it. Low to Charlie Ward. And a little bit of a heavy touch there as it gets away from him. Nevins plays it back to Wiseglass. Barilli. Now here's Shin to Nevins. Actually, Homestead picks it up. Custer gets underneath it. And Nevins clears out of bounds, giving the Golden Wolves a throw-in. Barilli gets it to Custer. Now Pierre Domenico coming in. Good play by Ben Lau. Will give Alvernia, however, a throw-in deep inside Garnet territory. Noah Wright, sophomore midfielder, seemingly the designated corner kick taker and thrower inner when ball is deep inside attacking territory. You can see he's got a strong arm there, but Steinglass able to pick it out of the air. And distributes to Nevins. Shin forced to play it back to Steinglass. Garnet have struggled at times, to find those outlet passes out of their own end. Tumushabe flicks it on. Here comes Trevor Homestead. He could be in clear. Homestead too high. It was a great pass from Tumushabe as the senior captain made his run right through the middle of the field. And he was clear in. Maybe made his shot there a little early, feeling the pressure from the Golden Wolves defense around him, and just sent it a little too high. Ball out wide to Wright. Now trying to play in Pierre Domenico, and Steinglass is there to watch it go out of bounds. Early substitution for Alvernia as Edwin Navas makes his way onto the field in place of Pierre Domenico. A little surprised by that change because Pierre Domenico has been very active early on. Maybe they weren't quite happy what they saw, maybe dealing with a slight injury or something affecting his pace. Shin fighting for possession. Ball back over the head of Muth. And that was touched by Muth. It looked like a back pass to Steinglass, and I believe that will be an indirect free kick. Still waiting for a decision from the referee. So it will indeed be an indirect free kick placed right on the edge of that 6-yard box. So it has to be touched before it can be shot at goal. And a defensive miscue early on from the Garnet. Muth with the back pass that was handled by Steinglass. That has given Alvernia a free kick. Steinglass gets his wall set. 6 players in it. Every Garnet player standing inside the 18-yard box. So a good opportunity now for Alvernia to get on the board after the Garnet's defensive miscue. Can Steinglass make up for it? Shoot! And deflected by the wall. Out of bounds. I believe that'll be a corner for Alvernia. So able to at least get out of the imminent danger. And they will actually say that went out the side. So it'll just be a throw for Alvernia. Actually, now it will be placed on the corner line. Be Noah Wright delivering it. Well-paced ball. Custer trying to fight for possession. Weak shot. Steinglass lets it go wide. Garnet able to hold off the Golden Wolves for now. Steinglass gets rid of it. Vescusi fighting in the air. Settles for Ben Lau. Up the sideline to Vescusi trying to get free. Tangled up and a foul called. Not surprising as Trent Ryder grabbing him pretty hard there as Vescusi tried to get free. Homestead will deliver this ball. The Garnet have, as usual, brought up nearly their entire back line other than Sean Nolan into the box. Like to get that height up there on set pieces. Here's Nevins, heads it down, but Grippy able to snatch that ball up before one of the Garnet players can get on the other end of it. Homestead plays it all the way back to Steinglass. Muth looking long for Tumushabe to chase, but it's out of bounds. Amit Bogle with the throw-in. Giving Grippy plenty of time. Homestead wins the header. We saw Tumushabe chasing very actively at the top yesterday. Maybe taking a little bit slower. I can definitely take it out of you. Being aggressive on every ball. Almost an errant pass by Nolan, but Custer not keeping his head up. Muth looking over the top. Shin's got it. Gets it out wide to Viscusi. Trying to cut in on his left foot. That gets intercepted by Viscusi again. Lau around the edge. Good tackle by Taylor Kaufman. Lau to Charlie Ward along the side of the box, trying to get it for the end line. Corner kick. So able to earn the set piece opportunity for the Garnet, and once again it will be Trevor Homestead. Garnet lining up near the top of the box. Scusi just outside. Homestead, the in-swinger, Barilli tried to connect with it. It'll go out of bounds, but remain with the home team. Homestead and Lau, now Ward. Homestead has it taken away from him, fighting with Trent Ryder, and Homestead whistled for the foul. Set up an Alvernia free kick just inside their own territory. Amit Bogle will take it. We saw him shoot right at goal yesterday against Rosemont from right about there and scored. I don't know if he'll be tempted to do the same. Apparently not. Leaves it short near the top of the 18. Not able to save it was Braden Kreider. Once again, short on the goal kick to Nevins. Now Steinglass. Pressure from Custer, has to get rid of it. Sean Nolan, good step to take possession. Shin. Here's Nevins. And Wright loses it out of bounds. Throw in for the Garnet. Custer trying to make the turn. And cleared away by Muth. Wright fighting for it, along with Nolan. Remain Alvernia ball. Headed out by Lau. Here's Lau trying to get into the path of Barilli. Steinglass just able to save it. And brings it back into his own area. Tried to make the catch after it was sort of volleyed back in. Muth. Tumushabe fighting for it. And now he's got it. Trying to work his way up the edge. And it taken away by Kaufman. Bogle clears it, but Homestead is there. Ball played up ahead for Custer. Nevins racing back. And as usual, Harry Nevins there defensively. Garnet bench want a handball called on Navas. Thrown goes to Homestead. Muth up ahead to Nolan. Tumushabe trying to flick on. Shin getting around the edge, trying to play in Barilli down into the corner. Here's Joe Barilli trying to get around the edge. Still Joe Barilli. Joe Barilli taken away by Luca Grippi. Fantastic run by Joe Barilli there, but just a little bit indecisive at the end, and Luca Grippi was able to take the ball off his foot. Viscusi can't get the controlling touch. Custer chasing it down in the corner. Headed up and over. Beautifully placed ball with good pace, but Braden Kreider too far underneath it and up and over the crossbar. Here's Shin. Plays up ahead to Tumushabe. And Shin gets it back, trying to play Viscusi forward. I think Viscusi was offsides at the time the ball went up and didn't chase. As it was likely too far ahead for him. Ben Lau in the right position. Viscusi plays it off the shoulder. Getting down in the corner, trying to cut back, lost it. Goal kick. Three shots so far for the Wolves compared to the Garnet's one. Now here comes Gieringer upfield, Noah Wright. Too far back, Tumushabe could pick it up. They're forced to send it back to Grippi. Homestead gets the head on, and Nevins back to Steinglass, who picks up safely. Here comes Shin. Upfield, and the Garnet go on the counter. Shin with a shot right at Grippi. Wasn't able to get much power on that ball. Shin's got it back in your midfield. Ward gets it out wide to Lau. Here's Lau cutting back to the middle. Little bit of an errant pass there, but Barilli able to save it. Sean Nolan now with it. That's taken Off of Homestead's foot, and he gets whistled from behind, and that will be a cautioning, I believe, for Trevor Homestead. As he came from behind there. Take out, I believe it was Braden Kreider. Could have had a 2-on-2 there, but instead, Homestead drawing the foul. So it'll be a free kick. Bogle tries to take it direct. Steinglass fumbles it. Also out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Alvernia, but first it seems that we will have a hydration break. So we'll take that stoppage along. Welcome back to the Garnet Sports Network. Jacob Brady on the call here from Clothier Field Stadium. About midway through the first half of this game between the Swarthmore College Garnet and the Alvernia University Golden Wolves. Will be a throw-in for Noah Wright after that Amit Bogle free kick right before the break. Steinglass initially bobbled it, didn't bobble that time, before it was cleared out by Jason Muth, leading to that ensuing throw-in. The Garnet back now, trying to get out of their own end. Harry Nevins with the ball, step up to Ward. To Mushabe, good spin, but well defended by Laverdure. And the Garnet made a substitution during that water break. Derek Muth coming in and Jason Muth coming out. So Ben Lau has moved to center back. Nolan now on the right side. And Derek Muth on the left. And Ryan Custer is now down for Alvernia. Io George also into the game as Viscusi is getting a rest. And Omri Gall warming up as well down on the sideline. Muth up ahead to Barilli. Here's Shin. Back to Nevins. Looking long for Tumushabe. Gets it back to Barilli. And here he comes cutting into the middle. Joe Barilli with pace. And Wright able to come in and strip that ball from him. Good tackle by Barilli. Now Io George has got it. George crossing for Tumushabe just behind him. What a sequence there from Joe Barilli. Had the ball taken from him, and then another tackle to win it back, and then Io George almost finding Tumushabe at the back post. Will be an Alvernia throw-in at the far sideline. Long ball up ahead, held up by Custer. Kreider trying to get free. Back to Custer. Into the path of Kreider. He's got runners, but cleared away by Nevins. And here comes Tumushabe now. In space, leads it forward to Io George out on the wing. George run off the ball cleanly, however, by Trent Ryder. Now Noah Wright trying to get the edge on Homestead, and Homestead extends his arm down, but cleanly. Wright went down a little theatrically there. Ball into the middle for Tumushabe. Nevins. Pad for Barilli. Now Muth up the sideline. Throw into Ward. His ball goes out of bounds. Nevins pass it back up to Mushabe. No whistle. He's got George. George takes a shot. Oh! That was a nice looking ball from Io George, but sent it just a little bit wide. So the Garnet, after that hydration break, coming alive offensively. Alvernia making a sub of their own now. Damian Jennings replacing Custer, who's done some nice work at the top for the Golden Wolves. But it will be a goal kick for Grippy. Headed to Jennings. Now back over midfield. Bogle's got it. Sends it long. Nevins off his head, but into the path of Braden Kreider, who puts it into the back of the net. And Alvernia takes the 1-0 lead. Looks like Nevins was trying to get it to Steinglass. Instead, he ended up heading it right to Braden Kreider. And Kreider could not miss from that angle. Alvernia on top 1-0. With 17-16 left to play in the first half. And it was that long ball from Amit Bogle, who has proved himself to have a real strong leg, that initially opened everything up. Sean Nolan gets it to Omri Gall, who is now into the game. To Mushabe. Now Nolan. Bogle takes it off the foot of Tumushabe, but Nolan wins it back. Stayed in bounds. Tumushabe trying to get free. Joe Barilli making a run. The cross cleared away. Nolan gets it back to Io George. George trying to get around the edge. He goes down. Swarthmore free kick. Be almost a short corner. Homestead taking it, trying to curl it in at goal, but Grippy makes the save. Homestead going aggressively for the shot there, but didn't get it far enough away from the Golden Wolves keeper. Garnet throwing along the near sideline. Homestead back to Nolan. Still Homestead. Joey Bradley as well into the game. Thrown by Nolan. And Lau will go all the way across to Nevins. To Mushabe. Plays it through to Gall, back to Tumushabe. Goes down, but is able to get it to Bradley. Now Muth out near the sideline. Gall gets pushed from behind. There's a whistle. No booking for Noah Wright, but will be another set-piece opportunity for the Garnet. Pretty similar position to the last one, so we'll see if Homestead decides to shoot once again. Though it would be off the wrong foot, so imagine he'll see if he can generate a head opportunity. Looked on George trying to get to it. He goes down. Muth was looking for the shot, but cleared out. It'll be a Garnet throw-in, taken quick by Homestead. Muth. And Homestead was a little bit too far up the line. Nolan gets underneath and continues to juggle it forward, but errant pass there. And they'll go long looking for Jennings. Steinglass all the way off his line and shanks that out of bounds. Throw-in for Alvernia. Bogle looking for the throw. Jennings is there, but Nolan able to get it to Steinglass. Homestead pushes it forward. Out of bounds near midfield. Be a throw-in for Alvernia. Cameron Gleringer. Nolan able to win the header and clear away. Tumushabe trying to get underneath. Tried to make the turn there. He was all alone as it was. Nevins, a little bit of a push in the back to Jennings there, and Homestead gets called for the foul. Muth into the middle for Gall. Here's Barilli. He's got George trying to make a run, but couldn't connect. Here's Gall again. Tumushabe back to Gall. Looking for runners. So they'll pass out wide to Nolan. Bradley gets the head on, but wrong way. Nevins. Ball ends up in the path of Navas. Gallo unable to find the edge. Another couple subs for Alvernia as Nick Denlinger and Hunter Martin come on. Here's Nevins. Looking long upfield. Quentin Millett is there. Here comes Quentin, taken away. Ben Lau has to chase back because Jennings is there, able to work it back to Steinglass. Inside the final 10 minutes of this first half. Off the head of Tumushabe, flag is up. Go all the way down to Steinglass inside his box. Oh, he picks up. Here's Lau to Nolan. Nolan gets through traffic. And now here's Homestead. Wins the foul and the free kick. Plays it quick to Gall. Into the path of Nolan. Now here's George. George cutting back in. George trying to lead in Millet, and he sends it over. Quentin Millett. And what a ball from Io George. Hit it with the outside of his foot to get it to curl the other way. But Millett skying it over the bar, a little bit off balance. Homestead heads it down, but out of bounds for an Alvernia throw-in. It's headed out of bounds. George has got it. Quick throw to Gall. Back into the path of George. Here's Millett trying to spin back, taken away. Nevins to Muth. Out of bounds. Another Garnet throw, and Tumushabe comes off the pitch. Placed by Francis Eddie Harvey. Eddie Harvey gets it to Gall. Now Millet. Good defensive stop there by Lau into the path of Gall. Cuts it back to Muth. Here's Homestead. Lau with the long ball looking for Millet. Too far to the middle. Homestead comes through, gets it to Millet, and that'll be a free kick. And the referee reaching into his pocket. Show a card to Hunter Martin. Harry Nevins will be taking this free kick. About 10 yards past midfield. Good ball from Nevins. Eddie Harvey is there, tries to square it up, but headed out. Throwing for the Garnet. George gives it to Bradley. George with the cross headed out of the box. Muth comes back to it. Now Millet. Millet gets around the edge. Squares it up. Here's Eddie Harvey. Lets it get away from him. Steinglass comes out to knock that one away. Here's Eddie Harvey. Nolan keeps it in. Trying to flick it back to George. And George commits the foul. Bogle will take the free kick. Muth around the edge. Eddie Harvey chasing up top. Less than 4 minutes remaining in this first half. Steinglass picks up in his box. Homestead, Ben Lau is there. Back to Steinglass, who has to get rid of it. Stay in. Off of Eddie Harvey. Io George trying to control. Millet is there. Back to Steinglass. Poor ball there from Millet. Goes out of bounds. Gives Alvernia a throw-in. Damian Jennings trying to get around the edge. Nevins plays it out of bounds. Jennings takes a shot, deflects, and off the post. Steinglass was there. No one able to head it out, but controlled by Gallo, and now George trying to get into the path of Homestead. Homestead saves it along the near sideline. Homestead cutting back towards the middle. Deflected back by George. Bogle. Pass goes out wide to Geringer. Long ball to Gallo. Tries to get around Nolan. It's George, but cleared away. Lau to Gall. Here's Millett. Muth fighting for possession. Inside 30 seconds now. Muth fighting with Jennings down in the corner. He'll go out of bounds. And a corner awarded. Ten seconds. The kick is up. And headed out by Muth. Was trying to and eventually able to get his head on his Homestead, which goes out of bounds as time expires. End of the first half, Alvernia leading 1-0. Garnet still very much in this game. They've had 5 shots, 2 of them on target. They've gotten a couple nice saves out of Luca Grippi. And they've had a couple very nice opportunities, one for Quentin Millett especially, which they just weren't able to put on frame. So we head to the break now. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. You're watching men's soccer on GSN. Welcome back to GSN. You're watching the second half of this game between Alvernia University and Swarthmore College, the final game of the 22nd annual Garnet Alumni Classic. Swarthmore trailing 1-0 at the moment. It was a goal from Braden Kreider after an Amit Bogle long ball was headed by Harry Nevins right into the path of Kreider. It looks like he was trying to redirect it to his goalie, Oliver Steinglass, and instead ended up at Kreider's feet, and he had a beautiful angle on goal. But an early set-piece opportunity for the Garnet. Charlie Ward will take it as they look to tie things up early on. Good ball from Ward, but it's a white jersey that gets on it first. Looked like that might have bounced off of a hand, and it did. Io George remaining in the game to start off the second half. Zach Viscusi started the game after George started yesterday, but George remaining out there. Also keeping that change to the back line the same with Derek Muth at left back, Harry Nevins and Ben Lau in the middle, and then Sean Nolan on the right side. Custer trying to get a cross in, but it's handled well by Steinglass. His throw goes off of Noah Wright. Here's Kreider. And Wright's head goes out of bounds. Wright with a good tackle gets it to Custer. Ben Lau pressuring aggressively. Charlie Ward trying to take it away, tangled up. And a whistle blows. So a free kick now for the Garnet. Io George tried to take it quick, but was about 5 yards in front of where he was supposed to be. Loud drives it to Barilli. Here's Shin. Joe Barilli gets pushed off the ball. Barilli, what a nice tackle. Again, he's had a couple like that, and Ward just got caught flat-footed. As Joe Barilli tried to play him in, he would have perhaps been clear through. Alvernia player is down on the field, and we'll take a short break. It's just Brody Patmore who went down, able to come off on his own power and preparing to check back into the game. Referee signals for him to return. Tumushabe sends it back to Grippy. Nevins with the good head on. Ball goes out of bounds from Homestead. Thrown up the line, Derek Muth is there. Garnet ball last touched by Kreider. Muth up ahead to Shin. George, good touch. Controls up the sideline, but out of bounds off of Bogle. Actually last touched by George. Passed up ahead into the path of Charlie Ward. To Mushabe now. Good moves from him. Still to Mushabe, now Shin. Gets it to Ward, can't quite control first time. Shin makes a defender miss, out wide to Barilli. Barilli cutting back onto his left foot, takes a shot! Diving stop from Luca Grippi. Joe Barilli with another great chance at goal. And Luca Grippi with an even finer save. Be a corner kick, however, for the Garnet. Homestead sends it low, and we'll do it again. Better delivery this time. Muth at the back post. Ward trying to spin and shoot. Carry a long way. Nolan back to it. Noah Wright blocks it out of bounds as he came flying in. And actually handled it. It's a free kick for the Garnet. Nevins. Here's Lau. Lau now working upfield. To Mushabe. Shin trying to save it, can't. Homestead with the head on. Here's Muth. Nevins with the throw to Steinglass. He's going to have to get rid of it. Custer was there to Lau now. Here's Shin. Gets it forward to George right up the sideline. Io George trying to cut in. He gets upended. That's got to be a foul. It is indeed. So another set piece opportunity for the Garnet. So they applied the pressure in the early goings here. Homestead standing over it, looking to curl it in. Ball from Homestead to the near post, headed out and cleared out the side. Nolan sends it back in. Barilli can't connect. Referee signaling that it's Alvernia ball. Barilli might just have clipped it. Sent back down. Nevins gets the head on to Nolan. Custer trying to win possession. Kreider. Muth can't save it. Thrown for Alvernia will be taken by Wright. Barilli picks that ball up, but sends it up the sideline right at Cody Hart. Gets the cross in. Steinglass comes out to punch it away. Shot blocked. Sent back in again. Steinglass has got it. Wanted to go quick, but nobody paying attention. Lau. Looking for Tumo Shabe with that ball. Homestead gets it down. Barilli trying to get around the edge. Here goes Barilli, taken away from him by Cameron Geringer, but he wins the corner. Here's Charlie Ward is going to be the taker. Ward curls it in, headed away. Right goes upfield. Shin is there. Now I look forward for Cryer, but Nolan able to get it back to Steinglass. Nolan. Here's Nevins. Muth looking up top for Tumushabe. And he manages to touch it out of bounds off of Laverdure. That's going to be another corner for the Garnet, and Charlie Ward again on the service. Ward delivers, good pace on that ball, headed back, and it's in! Trevor Homestead with the goal to tie this game at 1. It was a beautiful ball from Charlie Ward, great pace through the box, and Trevor Homestead at the back post to tie this game. What a goal from the senior. And his campaign is off to a great start. Scored from the spot yesterday, and now a header off the set piece to give him 2 goals through 2 games. And that's actually a career high for him in goals in a season. His previous high was 1 last year, and he's already got 2 this season in the first 2 games. It's what we call a senior leading his team. Thrown goes to Ward, tries to flick it up the line to Barilli. Nevins able to get that ball, head to Nolan. George gets fouled. No card for Trent Ryder, just a stern talking to from the referee. Strong delivery from Lau, but over everyone's head. Barilli couldn't get a clean jump. Viscusi and Gall warming up down on the sideline. Garippi sends away. Ward is there. And Io George controls. Into the path of Tumushabe. Back in the middle, here's Ward. Charlie Ward. Low shot hole, did not miss by much. Right across the goal mouth. But at the back will be another goal kick for Grippy. Ball ahead for into the path of Custer. He's trying to go end line. Good job by Muth. Referee signals for a corner. So set piece for Alvernia. Be Kreider. Lift it up. Steinglass is there. Tries to get this counter started quickly. Here's Joe Barilli up the sideline. He's got Tumushabe with some help, but Noah Wright with a nice tackle. Take it away from him. Homestead is going to come off in favor of Gall. Muth dribbling his way through traffic, gets it to Tumushabe. Here's Ward. Ward takes a shot, blocked by Bogle. Here's Sean Nolan now. Back to Gall. Lifted through the air. Barilli is there, but offsides. Didn't get much on the header anyway.
Into the game for Swarthmore, number 18, Omri Gall.
Right. Ryan Custer around the edge, gets in on Nevins. Nevins fighting for it. Oh, what a great defensive play, and Steinglass has to dive for it, as it nearly was played back into the path of Custer. It's had a very active game. Now Barilli trying to get up the sideline. Pass it back to the middle. Nolan led forward. Gall trying to get through, but can't. And Noah Ray able to get it past Shin. Ben Lau, however, that's there. Muth, but Tumushabe was going the other way. Gall to Ward. Ward darting through traffic. Charlie Ward takes a shot right at Grippy. Harry fighting for it. Now Kreider's got it. Ben Lau between him and goal. Kreider trying to get back. Now cutting in, takes a shot. Steinglass lets it go wide. So it'll be a goal kick for Steinglass. Muth. Tumushabe trying to head into the path of Ward. Barilli gets it down for Gall out on the wing. Gall cutting back in. Leaves it off for Ward. Here's Tumushabe out wide. Just kept in along the sideline. Cleared away. Nevins is there to save it. Harry Nevins. It's like he ran into a brick wall there. So it was just Cody Hart. For a foul called. Thrown for the Garnet. Path. Nolan comes forward. George wants it. Io George out wide. Can't find a path in. Off the outside of his foot. Ward now. Back to George. George lifting it through the air. Grippy gets it in his hands. Barilli. Kicked out. George. Shin goes forward. Ward plays it off the chest. Charlie Ward still with it. Want to say his handle. Joe Barilli goes the other way. Joe Barilli scores and puts the Garnet on top, 2-1. What a goal and what a fantastic job from Charlie Ward to hold that ball up at the top of the 18, picked out his pass, and Joe Barilli faked Luca Grippi the wrong way, had a wide open net, and there's his third goal of the season in only the second game. The Garnet take a 2-1 lead. They came out in the second half firing away. You could see the energy was up, and they've turned that 1-goal deficit now into a 1-goal lead. Still a lot of soccer left to be played in this one. 26 minutes remaining in the second half, but the Garnet take their first lead. Alvernia immediately looking long, but Steinglass picks that out of the air. Navas heads down. Chipped up in the air. Jennings is there. George trying to get underneath. Go out of bounds. Garnet thrown far sideline. Here's Gall. Navas has it. Trying to play through Jennings. Barilli now. Gall trying to maintain possession. Just able to keep it in. Too much. Charlie Ward now into the path of George, but a foul behind the play. Garnet almost got the odd man rush going. And it looks like Woojin Shin will be going into the book. Steinglass able to hold on to it. Actually, I'm a little confused by the booking on Shin. Unless there was something else that happened that I missed. I assume that the whistle was blown for Tumushabe upending number 24, Cameron Gearinger, but the card was shown, as far as I can tell, to number 11, Woojin Shin. Here we go, the Garnet on the rush. Charlie Ward trying to play through Barilli, able to catch up to it. The end line crosses it back. Io George holds on to it. And he thought Barilli was somewhere else.
Hydration break on the field.
And we will take a hydration break once again midway through the second half. We'll be right back. Garnet crowd pretty energized here at Clothier Field Stadium. A lot of students in the stands. Classes starting tomorrow, so still a little bit of freedom left, and they seem to be savoring it and cheering on their men's soccer team, who have taken a 2-1 lead off the Joe Barilli goal. Jacob Brady on the call here. Thank you for joining us on GSN. Just about 23 and a half minutes left to play in this one, so still plenty of time for something to happen, but Garnet right now holding on to the lead. Zach Viscusi and Quentin Millett coming into the game. Joe Barilli and Io George getting a round of applause as they step off, and I've been very impressed by what I've seen out of Io George through these first two games. We really didn't see him play much at all last season. I was quite surprised when I saw him in the starting lineup yesterday, but he definitely has proven that he has earned that spot as a starter, or in this game at least, a long-playing sub. And he has played quite well. Hasn't gotten his name in the scorebook quite yet, but has generated lots of opportunities for his teammates and has proven himself very technical with the ball at his feet. And he's got great pace down that right wing. So I imagine throughout the rest of the season, he'll be an important part of this Garnet lineup. Amit Bogle will take the free kick. Knocked away and popped back into the box. And offsides flag waves. So free kick for Steinglass. He sends his men forward. Looks like he'll take this one long. Out of bounds it goes. So a throw-in. Nolan sent all the way down the field. Let Tumushabe try and chase. Gall controls, gets it to Millett. Here's Nolan. He's trying to feed Viscusi, but didn't quite get enough on it. Nevins lets it go out of bounds. Checks to fix his boot. Now he's ready to go. Derek Muse throw. Get it to Ward. Ward making the turn. Now he's got some open field. Tries to chip it up for Millett, showing off his speed. Can't quite keep it in. He did catch up to it right at the end line, but not able to bring it back. Cody Hart coming into the game for Alvernia. Now the Garnet bringing Francis Eddie Harvey as Blessed Tumushabe comes off. Another good game for him. Nothing on the stat sheet, but does a great job holding up the ball for his teammates and is quite an adept passer. And at least through these first two games, a lot of energy from him. Nolan to Millett up the sideline. Tries to play it ahead for Eddie Harvey, but too far.
Entering the game for Swarthmore, number 15, Francis Eddie Harvey. In for Alvernia, number 7, Brady Kreider.
Nevins gets it forward, but it ends up at the feet of Hart. Muth controls and sends it all the way downfield for Eddie Harvey to chase. There he goes. Bogle is there fighting for it with him. And now a foul called on Eddie Harvey as he got a little too physical in that battle. Bogle launches it. Lau gets fouled and draws the free kick, and he seems a little shaken. Looks like he caught a leg in the chest. Still down on one knee and now back to his feet. Play will restart. Shin send it long. Bogle puts it back. That ball led to Steinglass. Heavy contact in the back of Gall. Wanted the call, but none there. Gearinger out wide for Martin. Nevins is there defensively. Gets it to Viscusi. Well out of play. Muth with the throw. Here's Gall. Out of bounds. Leave it off for Muth. Another throw. Vogel with it, lifts it long, but Nevins heads it down, and Viscusi able to get to it. He gets upended, but they play advantage. Eddie Harvey has it stripped. Woojin Shin is there. Gall now. Eddie Harvey to Shin. And plays it out into space for Millett. Gets it in the corner, taken away from him. Corner kick. Joey Bradley coming on for Woojin Shin, and Homestead back onto the pitch as Gall makes way for him.
Enters for Swarthmore number 5, Trevor Homestead, number 9, Joey Bradley.
Ball directed over. Lau heads it down. Be a Garnet free kick. Right at midfield. Lau plays it back to Nevins. Here's Lau. Boots it long to Ward, trying to get his head on Grippy. Out of position, has to get rid of it. Out of bounds. Ball goes back to Nevins. Here's Lau. Another long ball. Eddie Harvey trying to chase. Too far.
Alvernia, number 23, Noah Wright, number 19, Taylor Kaufman, number 13, Ryan Custo.
Garnet have a throw inside Alvernia territory. Out of bounds, Alvernia throw. Ball sent back to Steinglass. Millett tries to keep it in, but can't quite.
Taking in for Alvernia, number 32, Edward Navas, and number 21, Trent Ryder.
Homestead sends it downfield. Vescusi. Into the path of Bradley. Now for Eddie Harvey to chase just too far. A little bit too much pace on that ball. Goal kick for Luca Grippi. Custer trying to cut through and has it taken away by Lau. Lau trying to get it long to Vescusi. Here he goes. Run off it by Hart, but out of bounds. Garnet throw. Charlie Ward. Here's Eddie Harvey. Trying to get around the edge, goes out of bounds for a goal kick. Io George coming back on for Quentin Millett.
For Swarthmore, number 19, Io George.
Millett's had a fairly quiet game. Inside 10 minutes to play in this one. Grippi boots away. Navas trying to play through Custer. Muth is there to clear it up. Vescusi out of bounds, far sideline. Be a throw for Alvernia. Lau able to clear it away. Eddie Harvey trying to get to it. Not quite able to. Homestead heads forward. Ward trying to make a spin and flicks it up to Vescusi. He's got Eddie Harvey with him. Here goes Vescusi. Still Vescusi. Into the middle. Charlie Ward has his shot taken off his foot. George gets possession back. Plays it through to Eddie Harvey. Now back to Vescusi. Takes a shot. Grippi with the save. And that'll be a corner for the Garnet. Joe Barilli coming back on as well, as Vescusi will make way for him. Charlie Ward will set it up. Well-delivered ball. Nevin's going up for it, but it's punched away by Grippi. Don't think Wright kept that in. He did not. That'll come all the way back to past midfield. Played short to Nolan. Ward gets shouldered off the ball, no call. Lau lets it go out of bounds. And Bless Tumushabe coming onto the field. Bradley trying to go forward. Cleared back down the pitch. Steinglass is going to have to come out as Nevins leads it into his hands. Barilli gets it over his head, but Laverdure sends it back down, out of bounds. Alvernia throw. Gets popped up into the air off of Homestead. Barilli. Nearly hits the ball girl in the face. Throw in for Alvernia. Knocked back in, but Lau gets rid of it. Nevins clears it all the way down to Mushabe. Trying to get to it. Lau with the head on. Here's George. George lifting it up for Tumushabe. Laverdure clears it out the side. Garnet will push up. Throw-in will be taken by Nolan. Tumushabe. Alvernia throw. Nolan can't save it. Actually, it's a Swarthmore throw. Goes back to Nolan. Barilli has to come back for it. Actually, Muth will come forward. Here goes Muth to the end line. Tries to square it up. Doesn't quite get to Ward. Barilli almost took it away. And Laverdure sends it out of bounds. George applying the pressure, but Grippy's got it. Wright sends it down, but Nevins heads back. Here comes Barilli. Into the path of George. Trying to push it through to Barilli. Flag stays down. Barilli's got Tumushabe there as well. Charlie Ward going for the one-timer, got blocked. Garnet throw. Just about 2 minutes to play. Bradley. Nolan. Bradley again into the path of Ward. Here he comes with some space. And handles it as he goes to ground. Another Alvernia player is down as their trainer comes out. We'll take the break. Minute 38 left in this game. Garnet leading 2-1. It's goals from Joe Barilli and Trev Homestead. Both in the second half to give the Garnet the lead as we head into the final minutes of this game. Grippi tries to play it short to Bogle, but Tumushabe gets enough of it. And here come the Garnet on the counter. Barilli trying to play an Io George. Can he stay with it? George still with it, gets pushed down. No call. Cleared out to Jennings. Bradley fighting for it with him. Kept alive. Muth saves it. Tumushabe trying to turn back to the middle. He's got George as well, and it's taken off his foot. Might have been well served to pass it. And a foul behind the play committed by Barilli.
One minute remaining in the second half.
Ball all the way down into the box. Homestead clears it away. Barilli trying to get through. Tumushabe takes down Bogle in the process. So a Garnet free kick taken by Muth. Trying to send it down to George, but he is well offsides. Alvernia has to move quick with 20 seconds left if they want an equalizer. Headed away by Barilli. That was just sort of shanked up in the air by Trent Ryder. Go out of bounds. Quick throw. There's the horn, and the Garnet hold on to win 2-1. Found themselves behind in the first half, but came roaring back in the second thanks to the efforts of Joe Barilli and Trevor Homestead, and they improved to 2-0 this season. What heroics from the senior and the junior. Joe Barilli having an absolutely smashing start to this season. 3 goals through his first 2 games. Homestead's got a goal in each of his first 2 as well. First time he scored more than 1 in a season in his career. Actually only had 1 for his career coming into this game, and he's stepped up in his role as senior captain. Garnet improved to 2-0. Thank you for joining us on the Garnet Sports Network. We'll be back at about 6:30 for women's soccer action as the number 14 ranked Swarthmore women's soccer team take on Eastern Connecticut State University. You can also join us again on Wednesday at 7 p.m. as the Garnet take on Widener. That's men's soccer, that is. My name is Jacob Brady. Have a good night.